Patrick Young and Terry Norvelle.
So here we go. It is a Tuesday edition, live and local in the heart of Mandarin. You know it by now. We are in Hurricanes Joynton Creek, right by the bridge down here in Mandarin, the heart of Mandarin. If you're going out of Joynton Creek, coming into Joynton Creek, stop by, say hi, have a great lunch, great happy hour. They do a tremendous job here, about 30 some odd flavors of wings. You know when the word wings is in the name of your business, you know what the hell you're doing when it comes to wings. Great tacos, great hospitality, great atmosphere. Hurricanes Joynton Creek, our Tuesday home. Terry Norvelle here. We hope to catch up with Patrick Young in a little bit. Also today, we're going to visit with our buddy Brian Middleton from ESPN 690 in Jacksonville. That's around 4:40. We hope to catch up with Brian and kind of see what he and his people are hearing on the ESPN 690 radio side of Jaguars Central and just different sports topics we'll kick around with Brian Middleton from ESPN 690. And then hour number 2, we do it around 5:30 every Tuesday. I think it's a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed it. I think you enjoy it. I know we enjoy it. We'll have some fun with Trivia Pat, not to be confused with Patrick Young. Trivia Pat will sit in before he has his trivia show here at Hurricanes Joynton Creek. That kicks off at 7, but Trivia Pat is kind enough to sit in with us for a segment or two every Tuesday, and we have a lot of fun. Sports trivia, non-sports trivia, and I think we have fun and we all learn as we go. So far, no news out of Jaguar camp unless they snuck it by me. I really, at this point, don't know what's going on. And I get it. Tuesday is the NFL off day. I get it. Tuesday is the non-practice off day during the season across the board, so the players really aren't in the facility. Most people thought if Shad Khan was going to make a move, it would have been yesterday to take full advantage of really 2 full weeks. The Jaguars do not play this Sunday, so there's 1 week. And then to get back to the next Sunday, that's 2 full weeks. Why the hell would Shad Khan not have made his decision? Obviously, he's going to let Doug Peterson go. The only real question is Peterson the only guy that's going to get the axe? I don't think he's the only one that deserves the axe. I would whack Trent Baalke, but and you may be saying, well, Terry, what's the benefit? Why? Well, you've got to get the cancer out of the building, and I think you know what I mean about that. At your place, you probably have times where there needed to be a severing of the ties. And until the severing of the ties happen, there can be a awkwardness, a uncomfortableness, and frankly, just not a good working environment. Well, that's what must be going on. Am I down there? No. Obviously, you can feel it. I can feel it. We know what it feels like in the hallways of one Jaguar place, if you will. It's got to be awkward. And Doug Peterson knows he's fired. The question is, who comes along with him, if anyone? And then where do they go? Jaguars 2-9. And one of our show topic teasers today was the final 6 games. My God. Where the football team is at right now, and this happens every year at the end of an NFL season, and we're basically starting the season now. We've got Thanksgiving staring us in the face, Thanksgiving week. I know that the NFL season is 17 games long, 18 weeks long. But we are hitting it right now. You are either in that middle group of NFL teams that's fighting for position and trying to stay in playoff hunt, or you're in that upper echelon of the NFL right now. You are in the playoffs. You're now trying to position your playoff position, if you will. Now, the other group, the bottom group, of which, of course, the Jaguars are in, you get some bad football now. You get some really, really ugly football. The Jaguars have 6 games left. They play the Texans on the 1st when they come back from their bye week, December 1st. That's a home game. They play December 8th on the road at Tennessee. That's 2 bad teams, man. Ooh, that has the potential to be an ugly game. Now, it has the potential to be an important game from a draft position standpoint, but December 8th, Jacksonville at Tennessee, that could be your eyes will hurt watching the game, if you know what I mean. Then the third of their final 6 games comes up on December 15th. The New York Jets, who have already fired their coach. We have two teams with fired coaches already. Saleh got fired early in the year with the Jets, and then obviously Dennis Allen has been fired with New Orleans. The December 15th Jacksonville Jaguars versus and hosting the New York Jets that could be a putridly ugly football game. That will move us to December 22nd. The Jaguars will go on the road. They will play at the Raiders. Not a lot of motivation other than putting something good on tape. They go from December 22nd at the Raiders, and Lord knows what the record will be. 3-11, 2-12. I don't know. December 29th, a few days after Christmas, a little bit before New Year's, the Jaguars will then host Tennessee, the Titans. So they'll play the Titans a couple of times in a few weeks. December 29th, the Tennessee Titans will come into Jacksonville for a home game for the Jaguars. Again, that could be a ugly, ugly, ugly football game, but there could be some big draft position ramifications. And then that will spur off into the final regular season game for the Jaguars of these final 6. They've got 6 left. Will come up on January 5th. It'll be at Indy, at the Colts, and that could be an ugly game because the Colts, as crazy as it sounds, the Colts could still be in playoff contention. The Colts could still really need that game for probably a wild card bid. Nothing bigger, but my goodness. The final 6 games. And I mean, this is where the long, arduous NFL season really comes into play. When you're scuffling, I mean, the Jaguars are 11 games into their season, 11 into a 17-game season, and they are done. They're dead. They're finished. Okay, Jaguars are done after game 11. They've got 6 more games to play, and you're a professional football player. You've got to go out there and at least try. Don't put bad on tape. But, oh, boy, I feel for you fans. I really feel for you fans because 3 home games, 3 road games, final 6, and they all could be ugly. They all could be hard to watch because they're playing the Raiders. Season's over. Jets, season's over. Titans, twice. Their season are over. There's 4 of your 6. Then, of course, the Texans and the Colts. It could get ugly. Just be prepared. And this is one of the flaws in the NFL. And I don't know if it can be fixed, but man, or actually, I'll go back a little bit. This weekend in the NFL is a pretty good example. Just happenstance falls. You don't have many good playing good. There's not a lot of good. I looked at the NFL schedule coming up, and Thursday through Monday night. There's not a lot on the docket there to make sure, man, I got to be in front of a TV for the NFL. In terms of good versus good, there's not a lot. One semi-intriguing game that I look ahead in the NFL, Detroit at Indy. Detroit's damn good. We all know that. We all saw that a week ago. Indy's fighting for their lives. Indy's trying to keep their nose above the water. That's an intriguing game. And then really, to me, looking at the NFL schedule coming up, out of all those games, I only see one more really must see who won, ask the question after the day's over. Baltimore at the LA Chargers. Other than that, it's hard to believe most people are playing now. Most teams are playing this week. But, man, it's hard to believe out of what, 16, 15, 14 games, not a lot of intrigue in the NFL with the schedule. So there you have it. The Jaguars, nothing new, nothing out. I just don't know what's going on. I think you need to cut the cancer out. Right now, cancer number one is Doug Peterson. He's not the only one to blame, and I'm certainly not pulling he is the only one to blame. He's got culpability in this, but a lot of people do. But how in the world has Shad Khan, knowing how just awkwardly stale, he has made a decision just to let the world know, just to let, the assistant coaches, the coordinators out there, the hot coordinators, the pool of potential next Jaguar head coaches, the pool is out there. We may not know all the names, but they know. There's a pool out there right now of 7 or 8 or 9 coaches, assistants, maybe retired, wink, wink, but assistant coaches, coordinators, former coaches, head coaches, they're out there, and they know the lay of the land. Their agents know the lay of the land. Why wouldn't you just go ahead and make it official, make the Jacksonville Jaguars the third franchise that we know will be looking for a head coach? The Jets have no coach, basically. They fired their guy early. The Saints, a 2 weeks ago, fired their guy. I can't fathom what the benefit is not ahead and getting the hatchet out, making the cut, and letting everybody breathe, including the coach that you're going to cut. Let him breathe. You'll cut a deal. You'll cut a financial deal with him, and just let the organization exhale. I'm not saying just throw the games away, but put an interim in place and exhale. I said it yesterday, and I mean it. Shad Khan, probably his entire adult life, has been basically the wealthiest man in the room. Whatever room he opens the door and walks into, he's basically been the richest man in the world. In the room, I should say. With that said, when Shad Khan opens that door, he's the wealthiest man in the room, most likely. And in his realm, in his wheelhouse, I think he's the smartest guy in the room. Now, his wheelhouse is where he made his fortune. Automobile parts, cutting deals with massive international automakers. So you've got Shad Khan. Just about every time he opens the door and walks into a room, he's the wealthiest man in the room. Just about every time he opens the door and walks into a room, in his area of expertise, the automobile parts world, he's the smartest guy in the room. But I will say this, and I'll go to my grave saying this. Shad Khan's bank account doesn't mean he knows how to run an NFL franchise. I didn't say he doesn't know how to profit from his NFL franchise. He has profited greatly. But Shad Khan has profited by owning an NFL franchise because it's next to impossible to not make money if you can buy one of those franchises. I will say this. As much money and as much knowledge he has over, what's he on the team now? Since 12? What's he on? 12, 13 years? If you gave Shad Khan an evaluation, he doesn't know what else is going when it comes to running an NFL franchise. he has been an unmitigated disaster. The numbers, go look at the numbers. With that said, and he doesn't have to. These owners, they make so much money, they don't have to tighten the strings. I mean, oh, well, he's going to make 10% less than what he could if they were winning and going to the playoffs. It's Shad Khan owning and administrating the Jacksonville Jaguars football franchise has been a disaster, folks. Absolute disaster. At what point does he decide that he needs help? What he's doing is not working. Now, again, we're not talking about turning your investment over 17,000 times. It went from $740 million purchase to $4 billion valuation. I get all that. But if he's that smart financially, how can he not get better? He's terrible at what he does, running the Jacksonville Jaguars, hiring key positions inside the organization, not firing key positions inside the organization. I mean, I hate to do it, but my God, Shad Khan, how much longer? What move has he made that has been good? And I'll just leave that out there. Maybe you can text me here. Seriously, other than having enough freaking money to buy into one of 32 guaranteed money-making situations, the NFL franchise, what football decision, what football hire has Shad Khan hit on? I mean, you guys know the history of the coaches he's hired. Nobody's after nobody, and I get it. You can't force a guy to hire, to sign a contract, but nobody after nobody after nobody, head coach, nobody after nobody after nobody, general manager. I mean, now we don't know really the lower level hires, and I don't know how involved Khan is on some of the lower level hires, but if he's missed on the upper management hires, head coach, general manager, so many times, that would lead me to believe that he's also absolutely botched lower level hires, even if he's botched it by putting the wrong guy in place to do the hiring. And I've said this a million times. Everybody laughs. And that's fine. And I get family. I get it. But if you're Shad Khan and you're truly ready to cut out the cancer and start fresh and start new, do you look at your analytics department, which almost, I'll say it, most people think it, the analytics department with the Jaguars has almost appeared to be a department created to give his son a job. But it appears that on game day, the on-field coaching decisions have to consider the analytics. I don't think, and I don't know this. I do not know this. But I'm going to throw it out. Game day and game week prep, when they're going over scenarios, I just don't think that traditional NFL coaches see Doug Peterson, traditional NFL general managers, I don't think they think and are in line with, well, you know what? Analytics say it's 4th and 1 from your own 31, but you should probably go for this. I just don't buy that. I just don't buy that. Anyway, there we go. No news. So keep on the Jaguars if anything happens today, Tuesday. It's an off day in the NFL. The players will come back into the building on Wednesday. Boy, you think something would have happened already. If not, you can't really get a jump on hiring, but by announcing to the world that you do have an opening, I think that does help. And say what you want. There are rules and regulations in place that you can't start talking to guys about a job until X time on the calendar. You know that's BS, right? You do know that there's back channel negotiating going on right now. Right now, Bill Belichick, if he does, and there's some indication he does want to get back into coaching or general manager position, but that's one of the fun rumors. If Bill Belichick truly does want to get back in coaching, well, he didn't wake up this morning and say, hey, I want to get in coaching. He's known that. And you know what? Bill Belichick and his people, if he does want to get back in coaching, he has talked back channels to the 6 or 7 organizations probably that either A, he's interested in, or B, he knows are going to have a coaching opening. What a mess. 2-9, 6 games to go. And I think these could be some rough watches, if you know what I mean. All right, one segment down. We got a long way to go, a lot to get together on today. We hope to hear from Patrick Young. We've got Brian Middleton from ESPN 690 Jacksonville. Want to tap into his knowledge on the Jaguars, what he sees with Florida State, Florida, the Gators, big game coming up high noon with Ole Miss. That and a whole lot more. We've got trivia coming up at 5:30. Loaded show coming to you from Hurricane, Join the Creek. Stay with us right here on Action Sports Jack.
At Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, we know pain and injuries can stop you from doing what you love. This is why our board-certified orthopedic specialists offer the latest in both non-surgical and surgical treatment options and create a treatment plan tailored to your unique lifestyle and goals. So, whether it is a sports injury or that nagging pain that's keeping you from doing what you love, our team has the right treatment for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jack's Beach.
You really got to hand it to him. Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dine in at Hurricane Grill and Wings for the football season. Well, there he is. Oh, what is that?
The Action Sports Jax 24/7 network is streaming. I'm Stuart Weber, and I'm here to teach you a nice 3-step process on how you can watch all your favorite programming from the Brent and Austin Show every weekday 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. or the Cup Date with me. It's fantastic. We talk NASCAR. It's a great time. Wednesdays at 1 o'clock. All right, first step, easy. Download the Action News Jax app. You probably already have it downloaded on your phone, so you might already have that one taken care of. Step 2, see that stack of pancakes up there? You click that stack of pancakes, and it's going to bring down step number 3, which is a full screen of all the different streams that you can click on, including the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 stream. You click that, the video's rocking and rolling on your mobile device. You're watching all the shows you want to, and you're having a good time. You can also do it on your smart TV with the Action News Jacks Now app. I do it on my Samsung TV at home. It's a great way to watch it on a nice, large screen for all the content. That's the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network. Hope you can find it.
You trust CGC to make your water great, and now you can trust CGC with your plumbing needs as well. Fast, convenient scheduling, licensed and insured. A quick call away at 904-552-1242.
You never know when you're going to have an issue with a shower, toilet, or maybe it's a sink that sometimes is easy to fix. All right, let's be honest. I'm not fixing anything. I'm totally staging this because when I have a plumbing problem, I call CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing.
Trained professionals, transparent pricing, customer satisfaction. Small problem or even a bigger issue. Maybe you need a new tankless water heater or something a bit more intricate. The experts with 25 years of experience at CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing can do it all. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. That's 904-552-1242 or cgcwater.com. CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing, an authorized independent Connecticut dealer. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
Overcast there in the bold new city of the South, Jacksonville, as we've got a little rain coming in, I think, and a little cool weather coming in. Rain and temperatures dropping. And, as long as it's not terrible weather, I don't mind a little bit. Ready for a little cooler weather and kind of shake it up a little bit, get to wear the other side of your closet a little bit, your long-sleeve shirts and sweaters and jackets. Welcome back. It's a Tuesday edition. Terry Norvelle sitting right here where we are every single Tuesday in the heart of Mandarin. Hurricanes, Jointon Creek. We do it every Tuesday, and we appreciate Callie and Josh and the entire gang here in Logan, everybody that gives us such great hospitality here every Tuesday. Wonderful wings, 30-some-odd flavors of wings. They do catering. They do orders that you can, you've had a long day at work, call ahead, order ahead online, swing through, and your meal will be ready for you. They do a lot of good stuff here. Fun place, good community hangout. Hurricanes in Jointon Creek. We'll talk with Brian Milchin about 440. So we'll have a quick little segment here. Brian is one of the hosts on ESPN 690 in Jacksonville. So we'll talk to Brian a little bit of what he and his group are seeing from the Jaguars, Gators, Seminoles, Bulldogs, things like that. Okay, let's backtrack a little bit. I want to throw this out. We didn't get a chance to talk yesterday about it much. The Tyson-Paul, hard to say the word fight from Friday night, but the Tyson-Paul get-together on Friday night. You watched it, I watched it, we all watched it. I've got some thoughts on it. There was a real... It was a scam, and it wasn't they scammed us with a sneaky aspect. And I don't know if you even know what I'm going to talk about, but the biggest scam in the quote-unquote fight from Friday night was the gloves. My God. Obviously, when this thing was put together, both sides and the group that brought it together, they thought to themselves, okay, let's all make a lot of money. And they did. How do we make a lot of money, and how do we not have a bunch of fallout? Well, you don't want a 27-year-old guy to smash a 58-year-old man in the face, the nose, the jaw, the temple all night. A former absolute legend in the sports of boxing, Mike Tyson. That was first and foremost, if you watched it play out, and I did, while it was not buffering. And we'll get to that in a moment, because you may be surprised how Netflix came out of this thing. The way they manipulated it, I didn't know this until I saw it. I heard the tail of the tape a little bit, what was going to happen. 2-minute rounds instead of 3. 8 rounds total instead of 12, 10, 12, or 15. And this is the kicker. This is how they made it a scam and snuck it in as a scam. They snuck it in and you had to pay attention, you might not think the numbers suggest it's a big differential. The two guys, Tyson and Paul, they fought with 14-ounce gloves, not 10-ounce gloves. That is a major difference. And if you go back and watch, I don't know if you paid attention during the live broadcast or if you go back and watch, a 14-ounce boxing glove is basically the same as you right now, tippy toe, walk into your bedroom, okay? And if you're married, you probably got 75,000 pillows all over the bed because women do that. Walk into your bedroom and grab not one, but two of your bed sleeping pillows. Okay, you know, those big pillows, you know, go to sleep, nighty-night. Big cushy pillows. Get two of those. Put your right fist forearm in one and tape it. And then put your left forearm and fist and tape it. That's what they fought with. It was ungodly how big and soft the gloves were. Jake Paul and Mike Tyson could have tried all night with those gloves on. They could not have broken an egg with those gloves. They could have hammered a standard egg right out of the hen house. It was impossible to hurt each other. The gloves made it the scam. And the best way for everybody involved, they decided, obviously, was neither Jake Paul or Mike Tyson needed to get their block knocked off. Just get through it. I know I'm not the. You could not have hurt each other with those gloves. They were so fluffy and so big and so soft. It was unbelievable. Now, that was a precursor to the topic. So after the fight, this was Friday night, okay? And a lot of people watched. It got a lot of publicity, and a lot of people watched. To the tune of Netflix has nearly 300 million subscribers, okay? Keep that number in mind. Netflix has nearly 300 million subscribers. There was a huge audience watching Friday night. Massive audience watching Friday night. Were there technical problems? Yes. Netflix had tech issues all night. Buffering, freezing. It was a tough watch. It was a battle to watch. It was a frustrating watch. At its peak, 90,000 people reported issues, called in, reached out to Netflix at its peak. So the technical aspect was not good. The viewership, once Tyson and Paul got in the ring and the bell was rung, the viewership for Tyson Paul Friday night peaked at 65 million viewers. That is an enormous number. Enormous. With that, keep those numbers in mind. Netflix has 300 million subscribers. That's worldwide, man. The fight, quote unquote fight, peaked at 65 million. I don't know what round that was. And of course, there were technical difficulties with the broadcast. At one point, the high number of reported issues was 90. Now, you saw it. You know the frustration. America was pissed off. Social media live during the fight. I was on it. You were on it. I froze up several times. I was reading. You were reading. We were all reading. We were all posting. Frustrated, pissed off. with all that said, and the fight was Friday night. Obviously, Saturday, Sunday, not a financial day. The weekend is not financial. The stock markets are closed. With all that thrown in the bucket, what do you think happened to Netflix stock Monday? Yesterday, when the market opened, what do you think? With all the terrible, it was a contrived, wasn't a fight. The gloves made it a joke. The technical aspect was maddening. With all that thrown in, what do you think faced? What do you think Netflix faced Monday morning, Monday mid-afternoon, Monday evening? Netflix saw their stock increase Monday by 2%. That is huge. Increase. I said increase by 2%. And you may say, wait, what? How? The fight was not very good. The technical mess up was terrible, blah, 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 blah. No, let me say it again, and I'll say it slower. Monday, Netflix stock rose 2%. That's a big rise. How did that happen? Why did that happen? Terry, are you serious? Well, I think it came down to just raw numbers. And I know people probably Friday night were thinking, and I bet you said this. If you were at a viewing party, I bet you heard this a million times. This is going to kill Netflix. Netflix, they'll be lucky if they don't go out of business. Netflix, the NFL is going to pull their contract with Netflix. Now, they're going nowhere. They're heading to the bottom of the ocean. Netflix, this is going to sink Netflix. Nope. And my theory is this. When you see the type of numbers that Netflix and getting in bed with Netflix may turn your way, you roll the dice. If you're a stockbroker, if you play the market, you go, wait a minute. Wait a freaking minute. If Netflix is an outlet that has 300 million subscribers, they're dipping their toe and really trying to get into the sports broadcasting world. See this December with the NFL. If Monday morning, well, okay, all those glitches, what were the numbers? And you find out it peaked at 65 million viewers. You say, well, to hell with the 90,000 complaints. And the reason you say that, if you have those type of numbers, if you are Netflix and you have that data, well, smart people, and obviously the stock market shows this, smart people will step back and go, wait a minute. No, the buffering, the freezing, that wasn't good. But the raw data, the raw numbers tell me that an entity as big as Netflix with their bank account, they will get that fixed. Okay, hear me. They will fix the issue. They provided the raw numbers. The raw numbers, which once Netflix, if you've got Netflix type money, you find the people that fix the glitch. That's why their stock went up. So if you are sitting around, or we're sitting around all weekend or Friday night going, this is going to put Netflix out of business, they're done. Subscriptions are going to be canceled and nobody's going to take them. Just the opposite. And the quantitative numbers are in, and it was a huge success for Netflix because they got to show people like the NFL. They've already kind of worked or started to work deals They got to show the NFL. They got to show people like the Super Bowl. They got to show people like the Olympics. Show people that they are an outlet. Raw numbers. They'll fix the tech industry side of it. They will hire as many smart tech people as they have to. But you can't just fake those numbers. 300 million subscribers, 65 million at its peak watching through all the mess Friday. Huge win. Huge win Friday night. Don't you think it wasn't? For Mike Tyson, I mean, when's he going to get that type of payout at 58, no longer in his sport? Huge payout for Jake Paul and an absolute payout for Netflix. I know that may sound crazy to you folks, but quantitatively, those numbers don't lie. Let's take a break, come back. We're going to hopefully hook up with Brian Middleton from ESPN 690 Jag. Follows the local scene, Jaguars, Gators, Seminoles, as much as anybody want to get his thoughts on what is going on, what he thinks will go on with all those teams, and get his thoughts on some other little potpourri of different topics with Brian Middleton on the other side from ESPN 690 Jacksonville.
For those dealing with pain from a sports injury, arthritis, or spine condition, Southeast Orthopedic Specialists offers innovative new non-surgical options. Our regenerative medicine treatments, including platelet-rich plasma and other regenerative treatments, use your body's own restorative cells to aid in treating injuries. These procedures are performed in our offices and typically require minimal downtime. If you want to get back to doing what you love, our regenerative treatment options may be right for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jack's Beach.
Since 1936, Procter Ace has been proudly helping Jacks with all your home and garden projects. Whether you need tools, paint, plumbing supplies, or expert advice, we've got what you need to get the job done right. Looking to brighten your yard? Visit our garden center for plants, tools, and everything to make your outdoor space flourish. You're not just shopping here, you're part of our community. So come in today and let us help you tackle your next project with a smile. After all,
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
When I say it means something to me, gentlemen, it means something to me.
High school football is back and it's bigger than ever. Welcome to the Friday Night Zone Blitz.
It is bigger than a game.
Watch the biggest games each week live as the action unfolds with instant reaction and analysis from our Hall of Famer, Kevin Sullivan. It starts with live look-ins at the top matchups, including our Jaguars Prep Whataburger Game of the Week, and that is just the beginning of 4 straight hours of coverage. From 8 to 10:30, the Friday Night Zone Blitz is streaming on our Action News Jax app and online. At 10:30, the Friday Night Blitz you know and love. A half hour of highlights from around the area. 11 o'clock, we shine the spotlight on the bands that pump up the crowd. 11:15, it's time to blitz through the highlights online and on air. Then 11:35, back to the stream to break down the night's results with a reaction from local coaches. 4 straight hours of high school football on the Friday Night Zone Blitz. Only on Action Sports Jax 24/7.
Baker Sports is local sports. Uniforms from Pop Warner and Little League to travel ball, high school, and college. They make you look good. They help you play good. Baker Sports has been helping families make memories that will last a lifetime with their Baker's Buckets. We've got a lot of these filled with baseballs and softballs in the garage. I've been throwing batting practice to Ty and Kaylee for years and also sit on the Baker's Bucket. catching Kaylee while she practices or pitching. Baker Sports is homegrown, and a lot of employees that used to play on local ball fields now work for Baker Sports, now helping you look good, play good, and make memories of your own. Visit Bakersport.com to see what Baker Sports can do for you. Custom apparel, Nike, Under Armour, Adidas, embroidery, screen printing, and more. Baker Sports is local sports from Jacksonville to anywhere in the Southeast. Bakersport.com.
All right, let's jump right back into it as you see an overhead shot of a overcast downtown Jacksonville overlooking the river there. Looks like we've got some rain coming in and some cold weather. Cold weather finally here. Welcome back to the Young Norvelle Show. Terry Norvelle sitting here inside Hurricanes Jointon Creek. Patrick Young may join us a little bit later. Patrick is always busy, as you know, doing Patrick Young things, but we'll persevere. I believe we've got my buddy Brian Middleton from ESPN 690 Jacksonville Sports Talk Radio. Brian, can you hear me? Hey, buddy.
Terry, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Man, you sound better than you've ever sounded in your life, Brian.
Wow. All right.
You sound good. I know you look good.
Oh, okay, I'll take that too, man. I appreciate it.
I know you look good. Hey, you created this monster, Young and Norvelle. I'm doing all the work, and I don't know what he's doing. He's out just gallivanting all over. I don't know what he's doing. Where he's at.
Yeah, I was going to say, Terry, I was like, hey, man, I'm going to hop on with Terry Norvelle. I'm going to say what's up to P, and P is somewhere, anywhere but the show. Okay, cool, man.
Hey, I think he's out counting money or something. You know, he's just counting.
Probably. Probably. Good for him.
How you been, man? How you been?
I can't complain. If you subtract the Florida State season and the Jag season, I've been doing great. Been doing outstanding.
It has, we were talking a couple weeks ago here, literally if you call it North Central Florida, okay, to go down to Gainesville, okay, and out in the Panhandle in Tallahassee. This is literally the worst combined football season, I think, in the history of Jaguars, Gators, Seminoles. I mean, am I wrong about that?
Yeah. I mean, I can't remember a time where it's been this bad for the three, where you're hoping that the Gators are going to be able to pull out one more win just to become bowl eligible. That's crazy right now to imagine that those three teams are having such down years.
Unreal. Just unreal. Obviously, Florida's made a little rebound. I was in Gainesville Saturday. It was a magical stadium. Let's start with the Jaguars, though, Brian. You know, you and I and Patrick, we've worked together for a while, and we gave birth to this show on radio. And I don't want to sound like a smart guy in the room, but during the offseason, I didn't see anything the Jaguars did to improve their team. And did I think it was going to get this bad? No, but I'm not surprised. Ryan, I didn't think they were going to be very good this year anyway. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, you know what? You had it much more right than me. I thought that the addition of Mitch Morse at center, I thought that was the key to really stabilizing the offensive line so that you give Trevor more time, so that, you know, the run game, you know, they have a bit more in the way of some holes for the explosive play making abilities of a Travis Etienne. Tank Bigsby's going to come along, and I'm like, hey, this team was 8-3 at one point. They had injuries, the bottom fell out, but they made a couple of additions where, at the very least, they won't be so bad next season, and maybe we'll have a chance at the playoffs this season coming up. So I am as lost as what Doug Peterson looks like at the post-game press conferences these past 4 or 5 weeks, where things just look terrible. And he just looks like, I don't know. That's the same way I feel right now.
I like Doug Peterson. I don't know him, but I do like him. I think he's a likable guy. But, you know, the way it plays out as the head coach, you are mandated to go to the podium post-game, right? The general manager doesn't have to. The offensive line coach doesn't have to. The defensive coordinator, right? And poor Peterson, you're right. The last couple of weeks, I mean, he has he obviously he's a coach that's fired. He knows he's fired, but man, it's got to be tough to stand at that podium the last couple of weeks, knowing you're everybody the arrows at you, and knowing he's probably had his talk with what you think.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. Terry, think about it this way, man. Taking it back to his time in Philly, he comes on the scene. They make the coaching change. He gets the head coaching job there. They go 9-8 the first year. There's a lot of promise. The second year, everything clicks. He's a magician. He's a wizard. He's the next big thing. He beats Bill Belichick, Tom Brady, in the Patriots dynasty, and we're on our way. Now, it ends poorly there, right? But then he comes here, and basically that same kind of magic happens on a lower level. You know, we're coming from, as a Jags fan, as a Jags organization, they're coming from the Urban Meyer debacle, and Doug Peterson comes in, stabilizes things, which I do believe he did for Trevor and this team, at least for a time. I do believe that he was a stabilizing force in the way that he called plays, and the way that he moved the team in a certain direction. And what happened? It started off slow. Then they had that magical second half of the season. Then they had that magical comeback against the Chargers. And we're on our way. And technically, halfway through last season, we were on our way.
Yeah, 8-3.
I haven't seen that. Yeah, I have not. I would seriously have to sit down and watch some 30 for 30 documentaries or do some real research to try to see such a fall from someone who has hit the height of their profession in such a quick manner 2 different times. It's crazy.
Yeah, it really is. And again, I know sometimes nice guys finish last, but he seems like a pretty nice guy, pretty nice fellow. But Brian Middleton, put your Shad Khan hat on for a moment. Obviously, there's going to be firings in and around the organization of the Jaguars. Do you subscribe to the head coach has got to get fired? Balky can survive. Are you the general manager needs to get fired because he put the roster together? Peterson survives. Are you both guys need to get whacked and it needs to be a total clean house? What do you think Khan will do and should do with upper management?
Yeah, Trent Baalke, for whoever is still defending him and making an excuse for him, I got, what's the saying? I got a bridge to sell you in a swampland. Whatever that saying is, that's what I would do for individuals who still believe in Trent Baalke. He's probably a great football guy, Terry, but he does not need to be running one of the 32 NFL franchises. He can be on a staff somewhere. I'm sure he's smart in certain ways, but it hasn't worked in a couple of different places. But yeah, the GM is gone. Here's the deal. I think you have to clean house in this kind of scenario with the way that they're losing, with the way that there doesn't seem to be answers. But I will say this much. If in an alternate universe, Doug Peterson could somehow let go of Press Taylor, which he will not do, and Trent Baalke is gone, and somehow the Jags don't just look good, but they run off 5 of the last 6, and it looks great. In that scenario, I could see Doug Peterson getting another chance. That scenario will never happen, but that's the only way. But you're going to clean house because I just think you have to. I know they said that the team is still playing hard, and you're fine. But at a certain point, you can play hard, but if it's not ending in results, the players are going to be like, hey, what we doing? Because everybody's not Trevor. Everybody's not Josh Hines Allen getting the big contract. Guys don't want to be on teams that are only winning 2 games in a season because they got to go find jobs elsewhere too. If the team that they're on, this team, the Jags, says, hey, man, we're going in a different direction with players too, they got to go to other places that deem their talents worthy of being on another NFL squad. So, yeah, I think you're going to clean house from the GM to the head coach, coordinators on down. Yeah.
I subscribe to that theory. If I was making the call, the head coach and the GM go, and I don't have anything to back up what I'm about to say, Brian, but my feeling here in Jacksonville, my feeling is that Shad Khan is going to whack Doug Peterson and keep Baalke on. I don't agree with
that. That's incredible.
That's just my feeling, and I have no sources on that, but it just feels like that's what's going to happen.
If that happens, Terry, I want an investigation. We need to go to the Action News Jacks team and tell them to investigate what does Trent Baalke got on Shad Khan, because ain't no way that's your play. You want to see a riot? Do you want to see a riot? Let Trent Baalke be the GM going into next season. And I'm telling you right now, if Trent Baalke is still the GM of the Jacksonville Jaguars going into next season, he's made all his draft picks. Oh my goodness, I can't even. Don't they got sell tickets? Isn't that a thing of being an owner of a business? Don't you want to make money? You want to sell tickets, right? Yeah. All right. Well, you keep Trent Baalke if you want to. Let me ask you this question, Terry. Let me ask you this real quick. I'm sorry, I'm interviewing you for a second. Were you surprised that there was no moves that were actually made after the Detroit game? Were you surprised that nothing came down the pipeline on Monday?
I spent 20 minutes on this show. I spent most of the show yesterday. Stunned. Absolutely stunned with it being the bye week. And today is the off day in the NFL, so players are not in the facility. Do you really want them to come back Wednesday? And then, stunned. I'm absolutely stunned they haven't made a move. There are 2 openings in the NFL right now. I'm not saying Doug Peterson is all to blame, but at times in an organization, sports or not, if there's a cancer, you got to get it out of the building. You just got to get it out of the building. And yes, Brian, I'm stunned that Shad Khan hasn't gone ahead and made the move and made the move at 2-9. They've got 6 more games. They've actually got a couple of winnable games because they play bad teams, but I'm stunned. Brian, what would you do? And I know you don't have the medicals in front of you. What would you do with Trevor Lawrence? He's out with the shoulder, missed a couple games. They're 2-9. They're going nowhere. Love him or not, he's your franchise hope, right? What would you do with him the rest of the year? I'm not so sure. I wouldn't just sit him.
Yeah, I was on that in the beginning, but honestly, we just paid you money, man. Listen, we need you to play. It's not like Trevor is a top-tier QB in the league right now, so he needs more reps. He needs to see NFL defenses. He just needs to be out there for the other guys on the roster, again, who are trying to, at least have good tape to put out there or to build continuity. Whatever the reason is, he needs to be out there if it's not going to be something that's going to cause him permanent damage or damage that leads him into, next season.
Do you trust that offensive line, though, to not get him ear-hold enough to knock him out big time, No,
that's a fair question. And, to that, I mean, I guess that would be a big consideration on whether or not you put your $250 million guy on the field. But, all things considered, we paid you. Are you okay? Okay, then we're going to put you on the field because we need you to be out there for the organization just in general, in my opinion.
And sometimes you have to think, okay, this thing called the NFL, it does fall under the umbrella of entertainment. The NFL, when you break it down to its brass taxes, the NFL is trying to get eyeballs and wallets off of the golf course, the movie houses, right? But into your stadiums and watching your product. So you do have fans that paid a lot of money, and I don't think they said, here's my season ticket money. I want to see Mac Jones. If Trevor Lawrence is only 80%, I want to see Mac Jones. I don't think they want to see Mac Jones. I think they want to see Trevor Lawrence. Ron, let me ask you this. And here's my real concern with the Jaguars the next couple of years. They're struggling. They're 2-9. They're going nowhere right now. What's their path out of this malaise? Because last year they spent a lot of money. I don't think they're going to have a lot of money in the offseason. They spent money on Tyson Campbell, they spent money on Hines Allen, and they spent money on Lawrence. They don't have a lot of trade capital when the trade deadline opens back up in April or whatever. I don't think you got to have something to trade to get something. They don't have a lot of stuff to trade. They don't have much money. How do they get out of this? If they get the number 1 pick, obviously they can't use it. They must use that thing to trade. What's their path out of this valley that they're in right now?
It's going to sound like a broken record, but who's going to be making the final call on the guys on the team going into the the preseason. So who's at the GM position? My first that'd be the first peg that I would have to make sure that it's like set in place before we do anything else, talking about trading draft picks back, which I do agree. I think that's a better move than trying to pick a guy at number 1 overall if they do get that pick. But who is going to be calling this shot? Who will be the one saying, all right, this is what we're going to do with this guy. This is the direction we're going to be going. This is the coach that I'm going to work well with, because we agree that Doug Peterson won't be there. So before we talk about players and trading back and who we are going to drop in the offseason, because ultimately, Terry, like, I get it, there is going to be a skill or a talent deficiency when you're in the NFL. You talk about the best, the cream of the crop, the all pros, guys like that. But for the vast majority, if you think of it like a Venn diagram, there's a huge cross section of players where there's not that big of a talent gap. And so, like, again, when you look at some of the ways that the Jags have lost, you're like, okay, I can bear with that, even though it sucks. You can lose a close game to Green Bay. I can lose a close game here and there. But when you start looking at 52-6, I start looking at that as, okay, that's coaching. And if you don't think that's coaching, that's on the players, then ultimately that's on the GM. So like, that's the way out, the GM. Yep.
We don't need to go back to the Detroit game, but 52-6 doesn't happen in the NFL. That is 52-6 is Alabama playing Mercer, right? 52-6 doesn't happen in the NFL. It can't happen in the NFL. And they've got 6 games left. They're 2-9 with 6 games left. And if you've thrown in the towel, there could be some ugly football the rest of the way. I don't know how you watched that game Sunday. The opening drive for Detroit, my God, Tyson Campbell looked like he was playing flag football. He had no interest in being on a tackle football field, and a lot of guys were. And I know that that eye in the sky tapes everything, but man, these guys didn't seem to care. Brian, let's move it on. We're going to take it through the top of the hour for a few minutes with Brian Middleton from ESPN 690. Brian, we'll start with Seminoles. I mean, Florida State was ranked 10th in the nation. We understand what happened in the bowl game and players sitting out and Jordan Travis getting hurt. We remember that. But Florida State was ranked 10th in the nation. They're sitting at 1-9. They're going to get a win over Charleston Southern. Florida's going to go into Tallahassee and beat them. I didn't see who saw this coming, for God's sakes, for Florida State.
I'm going to be real with you. I didn't think they were going to go undefeated. But once they put their hopes in the DJ Uiagalelei, I was like, I don't know about that one. I do not know about that one, Coach Norvelle. Man, it's been a boo-boo storm over there, for lack of a better term, man. I was wrong about the Jags, but I was even more wrong about Florida State, man. Wow. They have less direction than the Jaguars. The only thing that I'll give Florida State credit for right now is that it might be job, preservation on Mike Norvell's part, but the fact that he finally said, okay, guys, we're second to last in the country in scoring. We're like second to last in passing yards, So, like, I got to let go of coordinators. I got to let go of the wide receiving coach. And let's just see, if that is enough of a shakeup to try to, exit the season on a high note going into this offseason. I don't know what went wrong there. I mean, I can point out the stats, but it's been terrible all season long.
I tell you, Brian, the only thing I can really point to is maybe the 13-0 season when Jordan Travis was still healthy. They went 13-0. Maybe that fool's gold playing in the ACC. Maybe they just weren't really 13. Had they played in the SEC, maybe they were 9-3. Because, I mean, that is a tumble, man. You're talking 13-0, 1-9, for God's sakes. And I tell you, I'm not a big recruit, Nick, but I read stuff and let people do the work for me. I want to read their stuff. The word is, man, they are just tumbling in recruiting. And you got to wonder how much, and I know there's always this, well, go to the portal. How many people are going to answer your phone call when you're calling at 1-9, 2-10, 2-11? My goodness.
No, I'm with you. And Terry, the problem is they went to the portal. They were one of the schools that were just most highly touted going into this season because of they attacked the portal, and man, the guys they filled out. They got a guy from Georgia, they got a guy from Bama. They lost some pieces, but man, they were able to really attack the portal. Florida State really attacks them. They might want to go the route of Dabo and Clemson. Dabo said, "Man, I'm not really going to the portal like that. We're going to stick with recruiting the regular way." Maybe they need to do that out there because man, it didn't work. But ultimately, man, I would say one of the things that reminds me of again the Jags is with Florida State in the Georgia Tech game, opening game of the season, man. They had a couple of plays. It wasn't Travis Etienne fumble worthy like in the Miami Dolphin game, where people point to that how the season started off on a bad foot when it looked promising. But they had a couple of plays out there where they just missed, and I was just like, man, this is terrible. And it may be a fact where Florida State they don't overcome adversity as well as maybe the team did last season, as well as playing a softer schedule.
Yeah, no doubt. Boy, what a strange year for Florida State. Last thing, Brian, we'll get some of your comments on the Florida Gators and get you out of here. It's amazing. I was in Gainesville Saturday, electric crowd. Florida, started off terrible against LSU. They couldn't get Florida had 5 penalties in the first 6 snaps, I think it was. 92 plays for LSU, 43 for Florida. Somehow the Gators win the game. Isn't it amazing? 1 month ago, Florida football felt like it was just dead in the water. I mean, dead in the water. Now, they're not going to go to the playoffs. They're not going to Atlanta, but Florida football feels like they've got something to build on now. Isn't it weird how quick? Now, they may lose to Ole Miss Saturday, but, there seems to be a new shot of adrenaline to Florida football where it wasn't there a month ago. They were dead in the water a month ago.
Yeah, man. And that's a big I'm sorry. Did I hear Pete? Is that Patrick?
I'm here. Yep.
Oh, what's happening, man?
What's going on, my guy? It's so good to hear your voice. I'm scrambling right now. That's why I was late. I'm trying to make it to Gainesville for this game that I'm working. Hopefully I make it right before tip-off.
Patrick, you got the FAMU game tonight, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Yep.
Hey, Brian, he's outgrown us. Brian, he's big time.
Oh, my gosh.
Brian,
you still doing hold on.
You just said FAMU. Yes.
You still doing this? Ooh, he is counting money. You're right, Terry. He's still counting money.
Hey, Brian Middleton, Patrick he's TV guy.
Hey,
TV guy.
And Brian, I like Pat McAfee. I've grown into I like him now. I like him yeah. It took me a second. It took me a second. And then I'm like, man, these dudes started on YouTube. He's got his boys in there. They're fun. Hey, Terry, they are hilarious. Sometimes one of his boys says like a one-liner, and I feel like people don't always catch it. They'll say something, and I'm just falling on the ground laughing.
It sounds like me. That sounds like me, Brian and Patrick. I do that. You don't love me.
That's why you got to open.
No,
you got to open your heart up to him, Terry. Right there.
No, Terry, you're like the person that has a good joke, but you laugh at your joke before you tell it, so it loses its sting. You can't.
Hey, guilty.
That's actually accurate. That's pretty accurate right
there.
Hey, Brian, real quick though, your thoughts on this? And I'm not saying they turned their season around. Florida's going to finish the season with 5, maybe 6 losses, but where it was going, and where there seems to be a little bit of a feel-good optimism around Florida football right now.
Yeah, and it should be, man. Listen, play Tennessee tough. I don't care what anybody tells me. If your QB1 doesn't go down in that Florida-Georgia game, y'all win in that game as well. You'll pull out this LSU game. I'm going to be real with you. Billy Napier, man. If college football has taught me one thing, you can't keep a good Billy Napier down. You can keep a Mike Norvelle down, but you can't keep a Billy Napier down, man. The way that this is turned around enough to where your AD has said, hey, man, we're sticking with this guy. I'm like, all right, well, I mean, I didn't think that he would make it this far into this season, last season, when you guys were talking about it, when we were talking about it Monday through Friday, and I would have to hear how the struggles of the Florida Gators were going on, man. So, kudos to Florida. And how sweet will it be, guys? How sweet will this be that, let's say that they drop this game against Ole Miss and that they have to get that 6th win against the Florida State Seminoles and they just walk them in that rivalry game? How sweet would that be?
Right. In Tallahassee. All right, Brian, I'm gonna let you go, but I want you to
absolutely should.
Brian, stay with me here for a second because I gotta talk my man Patrick Young down here. Okay, Patrick. So you're working the Florida A&M game basketball TV tonight, right? You're the analyst. You're the color analyst, right? Okay.
Yes.
So you're the color analyst, and Brian, I want you to hear this. And you say you're running late. Okay. Well, let me ask you this, Patrick. Have they moved Gainesville further away from Jacksonville in the last couple of weeks? Or you didn't know how far? Brian, did I miss that? Did they move Gainesville like 200 miles away from Jacksonville last week?
Yeah, that's wild, man.
Why so late? Why are you leaving so late? I got to ask.
What is your purpose? What is your purpose here? That's what I want. What is your purpose here? You trying to show me up? Trying to show me up? Trying to show me up?
It be your own people. It be your own people, P. It be your own people, man.
It be your own people. Dang, dog. Dang, Terry.
Come on, man.
We were just together. Well, we weren't together, but we were in the vicinity of Gainesville.
Yeah, we were.
You weren't allowed to cheer. I could cheer because I was not in the press box.
Nice.
We had a shared memory in vicinity, kind of.
Hey, Brian, he's a lot of work, man. Brian, you remember that? He's a lot of work, Brian.
But you guys work well
man,
together,
Brian, man. I can't enter my doggone get that $1,000 anymore, man. That I never get.
Hey, Brian,
I can't get it.
We need to do this a lot, man. We miss you, man. We miss you, Brian.
Absolutely.
You started this whole mess with us. You need to finish it with us.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's
love to have you on, bro.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but hey, yeah, man. Whenever I can, man, schedules always go crazy, but give me advance enough notice. Like today, I'm out in Dallas, so I had a little bit more free time than I normally would. So, but
Dallas. Hey, Patrick, you're going to Gainesville. He's in Dallas. He's in Dallas.
Man. Hey, I'm glad. Be careful out there, man. They're spreading. It's a crazy losing disease that's spreading out there in Dallas. So just be careful, man. You're not a loser. You're a winner, Brian. So I don't want you to catch that Cowboys curse.
Thank you, buddy. That's Brian.
All right, man.
ESPN 690.
Terry,
yes, sir.
Listen to this.
What you got?
The Cowboys have given up. Well, I think the Saints have scored more touchdowns than the Cowboys have in their own stadium this year. The Saints scored like 6 or 7 touchdowns in Arlington this year in the first game of the season, and in their other 3-4 home games, it's
Are you serious? That's terrible.
Yeah,
and the Saints have fired their coach.
Yeah,
that's terrible. Hey, Pat,
Yeah.
can you hang around, man? We got trivia coming up at the bottom of the hour.
I got plenty of time. Yeah, I'm not. It doesn't have me getting there until 6:20, so plenty of time.
Dude, I hope you got parking right close by because you're gonna be late, man. Is tip off 7 or 7:30?
Yeah, they should have me. It tips off at 7, so I know Scott Snyder's not going to be happy with me, but
who's your
as soon as, I have no idea.
God dang, Patrick. Man,
it's probably Kyle. I hope it's Kyle Crooks. It's probably Kyle Crooks. I hope so. He's my favorite. I love working with him.
I'm not happy about you leaving this late to get to a work assignment because you represent our show. You know that, right? You represent the Young Norvelle Show.
You're absolutely right. It's not good.
But you got good glasses on, though. You get your good
I appreciate that. There we go. That's the most important.
You gonna wear them?
And I gotta clean. Of course, I'm gonna wear them. And I hope I get away and no one says anything about me not having a tie.
You got a sport coat? You gotta have a sport coat.
I got my coat. I just don't have a tie. So
you'll be fine. Keep the top button.
It's basketball, man. We're talking about freaking putting a ball in a hoop.
Yeah, Patrick, just button your top button. It'll be fine. I promise.
I hope I don't have to yell. I hope I don't. Terry, just keep me in check, man.
Why are you gonna yell, man?
I get fired up sometimes for random reasons.
You're a member of the media when you're on the TV like that, man. Come on. Is it a Gator broadcast or is it a open-ended.
SEC plus.
All right. Well, I guess you could cheer for the Gators a little bit because SEC, is FAMU any good?
I'm glad you just said that. Let me put that mental note to not say we or us today.
Hey, is FAMU any good?
No.
All right. Well, listen. Let's take a break. I need your help. That
was a rhetorical question. It was a rhetorical question.
But they could be pretty good. Who do we want?
Will you forgive me? Will you forgive me if I answer 3 or 4 correct trivia questions?
I would hug you if you answer 3 or 4 trivia questions in a minute.
Right. I'm your guy.
You got your thinking cap on?
I do.
I like
How
that.
did I guess we'll do picks tomorrow. I don't even know how I did. I think I did okay.
Oh, hold on. And I know we don't have Zach who does it, but Patrick Young, this will make you excited all night and tomorrow. When we're on the air tomorrow.
30 piece?
I had Patrick Young a 30 for 30.
Oh.
I had Zach Rothrock a 30 for 30. And I was a 0. I was a push. And Patrick,
That's not bad.
we have a new leader in the clubhouse. That's all I'm going to say. We have a new leader in the clubhouse. That's all I'm going to say.
And you know what? And I'm not, because pride comes before the fall. So I'm just going to humbly accept my position and keep doing what I've been doing.
You have absolutely crushed it the last about 3 weeks, brother. Let's go to Vegas.
Next time I'll mess around with that Hard Rock.
Hey,
it's pulling me in. I feel like we can't not get pulled in. They just advertise so much. It's like it's just an eventual what's it gonna hurt if I just try it?
Hey Patrick, man, I got on it a couple 3-4 weeks ago. It is amazing their marketing, the way they pull you in. They never stop. It's unbelievable, Patrick. Yeah. I'm brushing my teeth this morning.
Do you have the notifications on too?
Dude, I'm telling you, I'm brushing my teeth.
Do you get nonstop notifications? I'm sure you get notifications all the time.
And it's not pushy, it's smooth. Patrick, I'm brushing my teeth this morning in my bathroom. So I'm brushing away, and I spit out the toothpaste, I do some water in the mouth, right? I look up in the mirror, there's a Hard Rock advertisement right in the mirror. It's unbelievable. They're everywhere. Dude, they are everywhere. I'm telling you. Hey, Pat, hang tight. We're going to take a break. We'll come back and we'll do some trivia, hopefully, when Trivia Pat gets here. You feel smart? You better feel smart. Let's take a break here. It is the Young Norvelle Show coming to you from a crazy Tuesday edition. Our live location on every Tuesday, of course, is in the heart of Manhattan. We are at Hurricane Jointed Creek. Stay with us. We'll come back with some trivia on the other side.
For those dealing with pain from a sports injury, arthritis, or spine condition, Southeast Orthopedic Specialists offers innovative new non-surgical options. Our regenerative medicine treatments, including platelet-rich plasma and other regenerative treatments, use your body's own restorative cells to aid in treating injuries. These procedures are performed in our offices and typically require minimal downtime. If you want to get back to doing what you love, our regenerative treatment options may be right for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Rick's Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Rick's Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Rick's Jack's Beach.
You really got to hand it to him. Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dine in at Hurricane Grill and Wings for the football season. Well, there he is. Oh, what is that?
Hey everyone, Olivia Tasley here from Action Sports Jacks to tell you all the different ways you can watch our new 24/7 network. 3 easy steps. You don't even need a pen and paper to write it down. Step number 1, download the app. Search Action News Jacks in your app store either on your phone or your smart TV. Then, once you're on the app, click on that little drop-down menu in the upper left-hand corner with the 3 little lines. That'll show you these options, and boom, right here, click Action Sports Jacks 24/7, and you will be brought to our continuous stream channel. That app can be accessed through all these different platforms. Whether you have Roku, Fire TV, Smart TV, Apple TV, or Google TV, you can find our app. Now, if you don't have access to the app, don't worry, we still got you covered. We're across all social media platforms from Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, Twitch. We have a podcast channel. Plus, check out our short reels on our TikTok. Action Sports Jacks 24/7. It's on all the time and everywhere.
It's a new logo, new branding. With Bold City Heating and Air, it's an old school approach. One of the few locally owned and operated air conditioning businesses left in Jacksonville. It's hot, Florida in the summer. You can't do much to avoid it, but you can keep cool with Bold City Heating and Air. It's every customer counts kind of service, from when these trucks have pulled up to my home over the last couple of years and when they pull into your driveway as well. From communication to pricing to the actual service, everyone at Bold City Heating and Air cares about you. You know who's coming to your house. You know they will be well trained and they will respect your home. Air conditioning convenience at boldcityac.com. Stay cool while it gets hot. Bold City Heating and Air can help. Don't get caught sweating all summer. boldcityac.com, and they have financing to help. New systems starting at $110 a month and $50 off any repairs. Stay safe, stay comfortable with Bold City Heating and Air at boldcityac.com. Homegrown in your hometown.
Alrighty, the cold weather is a-coming, folks. I'm telling you. You may think I'm crazy, but it's going to get in the 40s, I do believe, the rest of the week. And got some rain coming, so we're going to start feeling a little fall winter as we welcome you back to a Tuesday edition. We're live, of course, our Tuesday home. I want to thank Josh and Callie, the owners here at Hurricanes in Mandarin, Jointon Creek, as more specifically. We have a fun time over here. We got Pat. I think I hear you. We got Trivia. Pat. Trivia Pat just walked in. I'm gonna let him get settled. He said he had to go get a beer, and I told him, I said, okay, that's fine, Trivia Pat. There's a beer over there with your name on it called "You About to Get an Ass Whooping Beer." So he's going to have that beer real quick because we're going to whoop him. Okay, I whooped him last week, Pat, by myself. Patrick.
You did?
Yeah. Put a whoop.
You beat him by yourself.
Hey, before we get to that,
it's about to be a walk in the park.
Yeah. Before we get to Trivia Pat here in a minute, as we like to do on Tuesdays, I got a little advice for the NFL. It's not a big deal, but the NFL should listen to what I'm going to say. Have you noticed there's a little controversy and there's talk that the NFL might step in? I don't know if they're going to, but they might step in and try to outlaw. Have you noticed all the players were doing the Trump dance, right? We don't do a lot of political talk here, but they were doing the Trump dance after touchdowns this past Sunday because John Jones, the MMA guy, did you see all that? Everybody's doing the Trump.
No, it was a bunch of guys that did it.
Yeah,
Trump, John Jones, a bunch of players. Yeah, they're trying to outlaw it.
Well, I don't know, but my advice to the NFL is, I would stay away from this. I would
don't do it
because Patrick, this will burn out in about 2 weeks, right? I think this will burn out. Just don't start getting back political and all that. If I'm the NFL, I would not touch this issue.
It's not because, look, the NFL they never made a player. If they never made a player have to stand, like, it didn't make a league-wide rule that you have to stand and have to be out there for the national anthem, then I can't see them going and doing. It's not derogatory. It's not obscene. It's not objectifying. It's funny. It's really funny.
I'm with you. If I'm the NFL, if they called me and said, Terry, what are your thoughts? I would say, just let it ride for a couple weeks. It'll die. It'll burn out. Right? It'll burn out, won't it?
Yeah. Where'd you see? And now, I mean, I can see that. I can see people saying like, if they outlaw this, or I want them to outlaw this, or something like that. The NFL should step in. No, they shouldn't.
No, I'm with you, man.
They have rules for certain things because they've done a really good job at figuring it out. Like, you cannot wear like Joey Bosa wearing his MAGA hat. You cannot do that when you're in the stadium. Yeah, in the stadium. On the media, because I remember Brian Urlacher got fined 20 years ago for having a John Deere hat on.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
But a MAGA hat is really drawing a line in the sand, and it can be construed as an angry, a punch in the nose to another side. This Trump dance is like you said, it's not even. It's just a happy, fun, silly thing.
It's funny. It's funny.
If I'm the NFL, I would not touch this. I would let it burn out. And it's going to burn out. Let me see it. Let me see it, Pat. Let me see it.
I don't do it good, man. I mean, it's not a good dance. It's just funny. You just
got to do it tonight, man. You got to do it on the air tonight, man. You got to do it on the air tonight.
I'm not doing it. I'm not getting canceled for. Actually, I don't care. I don't care. If someone tries to cancel me for doing a dance or even just like whatever, whoever I end up voting for, like, that's just what I believe. It has nothing to do with you. Like, we just gotten to a point.
Yeah.
So it's so ugly in our world where just there's no look. I can accept, like, agree to disagree, or agree that okay, I don't agree with you. So you know what I can do? Hey, if you don't like what we talked about or how we do our show on the Young and Norvelle, guess what? You can go and listen to another show.
Yeah.
You don't have to watch us.
But
we want you to watch us.
If I'm the NFL, as we welcome Trivia Pat to the show, if I'm the NFL though, I wouldn't make a statement on this. I would just let it burn out. It'll burn out in 2 or 3 weeks, right? It'll be the not cool thing in 2 or 3 weeks. Trivia Pat. Hey,
I do like. Hey, do you like that? I like that one commercial that we got going on here. The the most important timeout they've ever called with you see Doc Rivers and all these other coaches on there, and they're saying we need to stop hate.
I think
that's a good commercial. That's a good commercial.
I didn't see it.
It's a bunch of guys. It's a bunch of people calling timeout that you would recognize. Okay. And then they like Doc Rivers. This is the most important timeout I've ever called. We need to call a timeout on hate and racism. And I was like, oh man, that's good. That's good. We do.
Patrick, I'm going to call a timeout on your timeout. Let's call it timeout.
It's time to go in. Because it's time in. It's time in to dominate. We're about to take. And I heard my presence isn't needed because brother, you last time came into the den of fire against the one and only Terry Norvelle and got rocked to sleep. But now you're about to get the Terry and Pat double team, Pat. You ready?
Hulk Hogan. Is that Hulk Hogan? Very aggressive, Pat.
I started watching Mr. McMahon on Netflix. Okay. Man, Vince McMahon is one of one. I'll tell you that.
Hey, by the way, you mentioned Netflix. In hour number 1, we got talking, and obviously the fight Friday night wasn't what we thought it was. It was kind of staged, and they had these big fluffy gloves. They couldn't break an egg with those gloves, by the way. The gloves were so huge. But everybody was talking about the issues that Netflix has, and you heard all weekend, man, that's going to kill Netflix. They're going to. You know what happened Monday? Netflix stock went up 2%, and the reason was a lot of people didn't realize, and because Netflix was in the forefront over the weekend, the numbers got mentioned. Netflix has 300 million subscribers. The other night, the peak audience, even though they had trouble, the peak audience was 65 million. Netflix Monday morning when the market opened, their stock went up 2%.
Yeah.
People thought it was going to plummet. No, it went up, guys.
People thought that would plummet.
Well, because of the technical issues. Here's the deal. If you have that type of following, Netflix has a lot of money. They're getting into the NFL game. Netflix has so much money, they'll find the technicians that can fix the technical issues.
Oh, yeah.
And people are saying
they'll get bigger servers, they'll get smarter. Yeah. Oh my
so
gosh.
people Monday morning, instead of going, man, I'm selling my Netflix stocks, I'm getting out of that, I'm canceling. People went, wait a minute, I didn't know they had, because it made the news all weekend.
Yeah.
People went, I didn't realize they have 300 million subscribers. And the other night, with technical difficulties, they had a peak viewership of 65. I want some of that stock because they know.
It's like, yeah, of course they had technical difficulties.
Yeah.
It's not the first time I've seen them have like problems.
Sure.
But also, too, you turn on that fight when the fight's starting. What do you expect that to have? Like everyone's joining at one time.
Yeah.
Whereas,
exactly.
But they'll fix. I think people bought stock Monday because they went, my God, there's not a lot of outlets that can deliver those kind of numbers. They're so big, they'll fix the question. I want to get in on this.
Yeah.
Is why they went up 2%.
Did you guys happen to watch the co-fight? The women's co-fight?
Oh my God, the women's fight was the
Probably best
undercard.
fight. Yeah.
Pat, did you see the two women before the big fight?
I didn't watch any of it.
Yeah, Patrick, the two women, and as I understand it, this was their second fight. They've got, and word was their first fight was the fight of the year a year ago. These two women went at it. Man, you talk about, it should have been a draw.
No, she got robbed.
I thought
robbed.
They killed it, man. I mean, they were. How good was that fight?
But
can you imagine, Terry and Pat? Can you guys imagine? A sport like boxing, where I mean, you're getting after it. How many rounds was it? 5, 6? I know they didn't do it.
They went a good 10 or 8 or 10.
They went 10 rounds, but to go at that 10 rounds and they just say no decision or it's a tie.
Yeah.
Oh, if you're going,
they were throwing haymakers at each other, man.
So it got to the point where it wasn't boxing anymore. It was just we are both dead tired.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be the last one standing.
Yeah, it was pugilistic. Is that the right word? It wasn't boxing as much as it was just street fight.
Yeah.
I mean, it was rock'em sock'em robots.
Yeah.
Just.
And
now,
one final thought before we get into it, I heard like in the contract, this rumor circulating that, Mike Tyson signed something to say he wasn't gonna try to knock Jake Paul out in the first round. So it's like if that's true, then how can you allow gambling?
Staged.
I think the way it was. I'm telling you, I'll go back.
How can you put gambling in that?
I'm telling you, I think the way it was staged after watching it. I don't know if you guys, you watched it, Patrick. Yeah. If you go back and watch it, the 14-ounce gloves, it's like they reached into their bedroom pillows and they were so huge and so fluffy. Patrick, you could hit an egg and not break it. It was almost impossible for either one of the guys to hurt each other.
What's the standard weight? 10-ounce gloves?
10-ounce gloves. Yeah,
they were.
They were 14, and they were your bedroom pillows taped on. I'm telling you,
it makes a huge.
I think that was how it was staged. That neither camp wanted either one to get embarrassed. I don't think the Paul camp wanted to beat a 58-year-old man to the ground.
Right.
And then Tyson, they didn't want him to beat the 27-year-old because Paul still has money making.
Yeah.
Tyson's done, obviously. That was a one and done. But those
said after the fight, he may come back.
Don't do it, Mike. But the gloves made it. I don't think either one of them could have hurt each other. With the gloves were so big and so fluffy, it was unreal.
I don't know, Terry. Have you ever been hit with a not a light pillow, but like one of those Tempur-Pedic kind of?
I tell you what.
Look, it doesn't hurt as much, obviously, as getting hit with a piece of plywood. But you're like, oh, wow, okay. I felt that.
Tomorrow at Twin Peaks, you show up and I'll hit you a few times with a Tempur-Pedic pillow in the face.
I'll pay to see that.
Can we have Elizabeth or Emily or Audrey? Can they be the hitters? Nay, can you? Oh my gosh! Does Nay still work there?
Not that I know who Nay is over at Twin Peaks, which will be there tomorrow, 4 to 6.
Does she still work there? Does Nay still work there?
Oh yeah! Are you kidding me? You shut your filthy mouth. You shut your filthy mouth.
I'd risk it all.
She's stronger than battery acid. Anyway, here we go.
Sorry, Pat, but I would risk it all.
Hey, trivia Pat, he keeps stalling because he's Pat. Come, and you walk into the ring.
I am in y'all's arena.
All right,
I am
Pat.
the gladiator.
All right,
Let's
here we
do
go.
it.
Trivia Pat, lead us off.
All right, we're going to start with sports.
Okay, all right, Pat, think about it.
Which golfer
Golfer
has won the most career major golf tournaments?
Oh man, come on, Pat. You know that.
Yeah,
I know.
It's Arnold Palmer or Jack Nicklaus. Jack Nicklaus. My bad.
Or we may know him as Jack Nicklaus.
Yes.
Yeah, Jack Nicklaus. My bad.
18, baby, 18. Hey, Patrick, we're 1-0. That was a 78 billion point question.
Sure.
How many has Arnold Palmer won?
He's won a
I
few.
know he's up there too. Yeah.
All right, Pat, 1-0, baby.
My bad. Jack Nicklaus.
Come on, man. This teamwork. Dreamwork.
Right.
Teamwork, dreamwork, buddy.
Hang on.
Gosh darn, we're smart. We are smart.
I like how he warms us up. I love how he warms us up. Yeah, that's a great.
Yeah.
That's a confidence builder.
Are you a Zodiac guy, Terry?
I'm not a big Zodiac guy. Pat, are you a Zodiac guy?
0%.
What are you? What are you, Patrick? What Zodiac are you?
I'm affiliated with Aquarius, but I just think I remember an actual astronomist being like, to think that, the stars and it has anything to do with our actual lives in terms of our personalities. He's like it's a little, and it's okay to believe that in terms if it helps your life, but there's no.
Here's how I'll go as
causation. There's no causation.
No, here's how Zodiac I am. I know I'm an Aquarius, and that's it. But go ahead.
I know.
That's about it.
That's it.
Well, we'll take it. Come on, we'll take it.
All right.
Let's go. We're smart. Come on, Pat.
What is the first animal in the Chinese zodiac?
Okay, Chinese. Let me ask you this: is it alphabetical?
No.
Okay, so all right, Pat. Let's just talk here. Rat, snake. I think it's either rat or snake. What else do they do? The year of the
There's a dragon.
Dragon. Ooh, you want to go dragon?
Does mythical beast count?
No.
In this?
It's
okay. Good. So it's the actual animal.
Let me ask you this: the animal have Patrick Young or Terry Norvelle, have we ever been around in a zoo?
Yes.
So that takes out dragon. That takes out dragon, right? I don't think I've hung around with
a
fire-breathing dragon.
We already got that clarified, Terry.
Dinosaur. That takes out dinosaur, right?
Oh no, because dinosaur is that's broad. That's a category of many different types.
We're teammates. Quit laughing at me. What do you want to go with? Snake?
And I know there's a mouse I think a frog is in there too.
Rat?
That's so hard.
Rat or snake? Let's go with rat or snake. What do you think, Patrick Young?
I'd rather go with the mouse than rat.
We're gonna go with a little rat mouse. Mouse rat.
Okay, it's rat. I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you. Not the same, but
a rat and a mouse, same thing.
No.
Well, one of them's got a job, one of them doesn't. Right?
They're both vermin.
Has no
They're
job.
both vermin.
Yes. Okay.
Patrick, we're 2-0, my man. Good job, Patrick Young. That's my man right there.
Thank you, Pat. Thank you. Hey, that was a little bit of grace. He gave us some grace there. I'll take the grace.
No, seriously, a mouse is a rat that has a job and can go eat at restaurants. A rat has no job, just eats in the gutter. Seriously.
Yeah. Let's go for it.
Okay. I would eat both of them if I had to.
Oh my God, Patrick Young, stop it!
You told me if you did it to survive, you would not eat a mouse or a rat. Yeah.
Just call for some takeout, man. What? Don't eat a rat. Call for takeout. Takeout, man.
DoorDash.
All right, Pat. I got a wrestling question for you.
Wrestling, Patrick.
What was the finishing move?
She's going to be on our team for this move.
Of Jake the Snake Roberts.
Oh, Patrick.
Oh.
Finishing move, the DDT or something like that, or something.
No.
ET, ABC, one.
Oh man, you couldn't get anybody more modern.
Jake,
that's a great question.
Come on, Patrick Young. Come on, Patrick. Do a little power to it. Come on, Patrick.
Snake bite.
Sleeper hole.
Slytherin, the Slytherin Viper kick. The Viper kick.
That's a bad question. It's just a bad question.
It's not a bad question.
It is.
What is it?
It's a bad question because it could have been The Rock, man.
Come on.
That would have been better.
So Jake the Snake had one famous put you to sleep kind of move. Yeah. In the match.
Most of the big guys, most of the big wrestlers do.
Okay.
The big time stars.
What do we have? I don't know. Are we just going to take an L on this one? What do you think?
I think we will.
All right, let's do
the
spinning Viper temple kick.
You said it. I'll give you a DDT. It was the DDT.
It was the DDT.
That was the first thing I guessed.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm so freaking smart.
What does DDT stand for?
It stands for we got that right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, if anyone out there, IBM, anybody, if y'all want to hire me, dude, I'm smart, Patrick. You know that? Patrick Young, I'm pretty smart. You know that? I mean, I don't want to brag, but I'm going to brag.
Do it.
We're 3-0, pal.
Pop off, man.
Do you have any
Pop off, King.
Do you have any harder questions?
All right, I'm working on it.
We have 14 minutes left. We're going to take this to the top, man.
DDT.
To hell with it.
That was good.
DDT. How did I pull that out? I'm not even a wrestler.
How many times has J-Lo been married?
Ooh.
Does that include
4?
No.
Does that include in Patrick's mind?
Official marriages.
What do you think, Pat? Obviously, it's got to be 4
I'd
or
marry
5.
her right now, but however old she is, 60.
I'd marry her.
Oh my God. So look, she was married to Mark Anthony.
2 days ago.
Look at my
She was married
strategy.
to Mark Anthony. Would you, Terry, Salma Hayek or J-Lo?
Salma Hayek in a heartbeat.
I agree.
That's my girl,
Dang.
though. And, we go back,
Ugh.
we dated, blah, blah. Anyway, I don't want to get into all that. You're going to make me cry. What do you think, Patrick? How many times has J-Lo been
So
married?
she was Mark Anthony, Ben Affleck. Did her and A-Rod, did they get married or were they just together?
They did get married. Did they get married? I don't know.
I think they got married.
Been passed around
Or
like
I know it.
I
think she's been married. I think she's been married 4 times.
We're gonna say 4.
I think she's been married 4 times.
Whoa, Patrick Young.
I nailed it. 4.
That's a little stalking right there. Patrick.
I know. That's
And you know what's funny? I am not a pop culture guy at all, and I cannot believe I knew that.
Very nice, Patrick Young.
I cannot believe I got that.
You guys have
we're
come out
undefeated.
firing.
It's 12. We're undefeated.
And by the way, Mark Anthony, that dude is an awesome, I don't know what he's saying in them songs, but that dude, he's got the best dance songs ever.
Didn't me?
Oh my gosh.
Those guys like Mark Anthony and who's that? Antonio Banderas. All he's got to do is say,
Yes.
My name is Antonio Banderas, and you will sleep with me right now. It's amazing.
Yes.
The way
Yes.
they talk,
Yes.
they just fall in his bed. It's like,
Oh, and who's the not Lionel Richie? It's the light skinned guy.
Oh,
Who
piano
sings?
guy?
Who's singing the song? Who's singing the song? I want to get away. I want to fly away. Who sings that?
Oh,
Because that's
I know that.
Here.
my mom said he's one of those guys. He's one of those people that if he could tell any woman in the world to do whatever he wants.
Lenny Kravitz.
Lenny Kravitz. Yes, Lenny Kravitz with a wink. She's like, yeah, Lenny Kravitz could get any woman to do whatever he wants.
And by the way, that damn Antonio Banderas, he was in a movie with my girl Salma, and I wasn't happy about it. They got a little too. They did that little Desperado movie. Remember that?
Yeah.
And he got a little too close to Salma in that movie.
Dang.
If I ever saw Antonio Banderas, I'd have to have a talking with him, a strong talking with him. Patrick, strong talking. All right. We're 4-0. Is Benita with you?
No.
Patrick? Oh, okay.
No, she is not.
Because
Nope.
we needed her knowledge.
Dang,
That's a
it gets
smart
dark.
one.
Sorry, I need some light. I didn't.
Hey, that's a
Why
smart
didn't you tell
lady.
me, guys? So hey, look, Terry, I have my car light on. Can you tell?
Dude, it gets dark so fast now.
It's just my. But look how my Silverado, and I love my truck, but look, no light.
Phone. Get your
Light.
phone.
Can you tell any difference? You can't.
No, get your phone.
Lights
out.
off. Lights on. Terry, my phone is out.
All right, next question.
All right, next question. We're 4-0. All right,
All right.
Pat. Good talking to you, Pat. Okay,
Ooh.
Pat. Be
right.
good. Be smart.
One of Terry's favorite categories.
Salma Hayek.
Close.
Geography.
I hate geography.
What?
Geography's like all over the world.
What U.S. city?
Oh, here we go, Patrick.
Is known as the City of Fountains?
That's a stupid question.
You
by the way.
want me to give you a hint?
Yeah, well, why not? It's a dumb question, but go ahead.
All right, it's in the Midwest.
Midwest. The City of Fountains.
What do you think, Pat? Middle of the country, baby. Fountains.
So let's go. Hold on. Oh, Sioux Falls would be my guess. Would be one of my guess.
Think about it.
Fountain
would be one of my guesses.
Okay.
But look. So we got look, Terry, Midwest, Texas, Oklahoma, Nebraska, right? Where's Iowa? Iowa's somewhere there. And then South Dakota, North Dakota.
You're in the Southwest with Oklahoma and Texas.
I was just going bottom to top. Straight up. Nebraska's the heart of our country. It's the middle.
Okay, fountains. Now you said he said there's a pay attention in this.
So don't focus on the fountains part. I'm just saying consider other options other than.
And the question was what now?
What city is known as the City of Fountains?
I will say
Pat is definitely on the right track.
Oh,
yeah, just think around Nebraska. You know, I don't think it's anything. I don't think it's Omaha, Lincoln, anything like that. But what else is around Nebraska?
How about San Antonio? How about
that's too southern. I think Texas and Oklahoma are going to be too southern.
Lincoln, Nebraska, fountain.
Fall of fountains.
You said don't let the fountain word get us.
Yeah, don't don't think about cities that are obviously on water. There's not a connection to
James, Iowa, oh my gosh,
I don't.
I've never even heard of it. Expression.
Can you at least give us the state? That
will probably give it away though. The state will probably give it away.
How about if you give us the state and we'll only take a half a point? How about if you give us a state and we'll take a quarter of a point?
Or give us if you can. I got it. If you give us 3 states around or including it, give us 3 states that are right there in the Midwest or right next to it or connected, whatever.
I can do the 3. I can do the
All right,
I can do
go.
the 3.
Let's go.
Hang on. But I need to check myself and make sure I'm giving you guys the right states.
It's a dumb question, Patrick.
This
is a dumb question.
It's not a dumb one. It's just
if I don't know the answer to the dumb question.
Okay.
It's what?
Ooh, Pat. All right. You got Kansas. You got
I
Nebraska.
didn't think about Kansas.
And you got Missouri.
Okay, I got it.
Wow.
Friggin' St. Louis. Give me, it's a win. St. Louis?
It's Kansas City.
We'll take an L on that, Pat. That question just bugged me. I didn't like it. I don't like it one bit. We're
City of
4-1.
Fountains.
I'm sorry,
St.
Pat. I got
Louis.
it wrong. So it was.
I would have Kansas City.
Do you know the reasoning? The dumb question. Dumb question, Pat. We'll take the loss though, because we're mid.
Why do we have 2 Kansas cities? Why are there 2 and major cities?
Too. It's brutal.
And they're major cities. They're not it's not like Jacksonville, Illinois.
My buddy just moved out of Kansas City, Kansas. And he said it's a pain in the ass. The 2 Kansases are on the state
Right next to
line.
each other?
It's just a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
I don't know where the hell I'm at. You know, where am I? I don't know. I'm trying to go home, and I don't know what Kansas am I in. I don't know.
How many more questions?
We got 5 minutes, and we're 4-1.
All right. Food. What?
Oh, Patrick Young loves food. That guy, he's eating right now.
What pizza company used the slogan, Patrick, avoid the Noid?
Oh, that was Domino's.
Yes.
That was
You got
Domino's.
it.
You knew
Yeah.
that one, didn't you, Pat?
Finish.
Remember that? Avoid the Noid. You remember that, Patrick Young?
No.
Yeah, the little Noid guy. Pays to be old.
All right.
Pays to be old. We're, Patrick Young, we're
The
5-1.
Noid? The Noid guy?
Noid. Avoid the Noid. Domino's Pizza.
I think they bought it back because this is the question to ask about the 80s. But I feel like I've seen them bring back the Noid in like more recent.
What's a Noid?
Move on. I don't care. We won.
What's the Noid?
You're just a little pizza guy.
Little
You know,
fly looking
Yeah,
robot.
give me some pizza.
I missed the Taco Bell dog.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I missed a little talking chihuahua.
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
All right.
I want
Quiero
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
I want Taco Bell.
This is a two-part question.
Oh, here we go. This is worth 17 points though.
In the original Die Hard movie,
Oh, I didn't watch those.
Yes.
what was the name of the building overtaken by terrorists?
Patrick, come on, Patrick.
It was a television. It was the television. It was a media building. Terry, come on.
CNN Tower.
God, Terry.
RCA.
No.
A media building. Do you know it, Patrick Young?
Was it a real? Was it? Is it a made up name? Because if it's a made up name, I'm not gonna get it. Or just.
No. Is it a legitimate?
Or is it actually like some?
All right, Pat. You're on to something, Patrick Young. Just hang tight. You're on to something. 4 minutes.
I do remember that aspect. That it was a media building, I believe.
Willis as an actor very much, so I didn't watch those movies very much. Is that the one where it says yippee-yi-yay or cowboy or something?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
And
it is a real building, Pat. Yeah.
Okay. That's good to know.
It's a different name in the movie, though. They just named it something for the movie.
Oh.
Patrick, take a step. Like Empire Building, you said media. A media
He's
building.
on. So that's its real name. Media related is its real name.
Okay, so we can answer either one of those.
But they called it something else in the movie. No, he said they called it something else. Well, that's so. Yeah, what I was thinking.
Capital Record. I don't know, man. This it's a dumb question.
Yeah, that's a tough question.
No,
the
second part of it is Die Hard a Christmas movie or an action movie?
I don't. I'm not a Die Hard guy.
Action movie. Action movie.
Let's take a Patrick. Take a stab.
Action movie that happened to be on Christmas. It's an action movie that happened to be on Christmas.
Patrick, do you have a stab?
No, I got nothing, man.
Empire State Building, the Sears Tower, RCA, CNN Building.
All right.
CNN.
Fox Plaza is its real name, and Nakatomi Plaza.
That's all.
Was the name in the movie.
You know what the answer is? That's a loss. That one. 5-2, 2.5 minutes. We got time for a question or two. Patrick,
right.
should we go four
Probably
corners? Should we go four corners and stall? We're up 5-2.
No.
Okay, we're gonna fight through it. We're winners, pal. We're winners.
This is winners. We're not. Yeah, we're not pulling the Jaguars here.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Back to sports.
All right.
In what month,
Patrick? What month
of the year is the Daytona 500?
Oh man, everybody knows that. February. Come on, man.
Yes.
Walking in there. That's
Yes.
6. Come on. Give us another. Let's go. Another one. 1 minute and 50 seconds. Patrick, we're winners today, my man. You get to Gainesville and you tell everybody you see, I'm a winner. I'm Patrick Young and I'm a winner today.
I'll point to the banner. I'll just point to the banner.
Nice. He's got banners in the damn arena he's going to go see.
Just one. Just one.
What do you mean? You got Elite Eight, Final Four.
All right.
Yeah, we only put the championships up there.
Oh, nice.
When standing on a boat and facing the bow,
I don't know this port
is the port side on your right or your left?
Starboard,
Left.
port, starboard.
Left.
We say left.
Pat got it. Look at you guys. You're the champion.
All right.
I'll leave you guys.
I have a boating license. So
7-2.
I better know that.
How about that, Pat? Good job, Patrick Young. All right, buddy.
Thank
Listen, we're going to get out of here. We're going to watch you tonight, right? Can we watch the game tonight?
Yeah. And I'll mention you. I'll find a way to throw you in there. I'll find a way to throw my guy in there. And I'll find a way.
There is no way you could work our show into your broadcast tonight.
I bet you I can. Oh, probably not.
I don't think you can.
Don't doubt.
Don't doubt.
I'm
all right, brother. Do me a quick favor. Hey, do me a quick favor. Finish your drive safe and drive home safe, and we'll get together tomorrow. How's that?
Absolutely. Sounds like a plan.
That's my buddy, Patrick Young. That'll wrap it up. What a fun, typical Tuesday broadcast from Hurricanes in, of course, Jointon Creek. We'll get together tomorrow. Hey, we're live. This crazy show travels tomorrow to Twin Peaks, Atlantic and Kernan. Come by, say hi. We have 2 tickets to give away to the Florida Ole Miss game. This coming Saturday, we'll be at Twin Peaks. I hope to see you there. Have a great rest of your Tuesday, everybody.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Rick's Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Rick's Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Rick's Jack's Beach.
For over 20 years, Southeast Orthopedic Specialists has been providing the highest level of orthopedic and spine care to patients throughout Northeast Florida. Now, we're making that same great care even more convenient with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists Direct, a walk-in clinic where you can be seen for pain or injuries with no appointment needed. Staffed by orthopedic physicians and specialists, we offer everything from diagnosis and treatment to imaging and bracing, all with no appointment needed. For more information, hours, and locations, visit our website.
You really got to hand it to him. Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dine in at Hurricane Grill and Wings for the football season. Well, there he is. Oh, what is that?
Hey everyone, Olivia Tasley here from Action Sports Jacks to tell you all the different ways you can watch our new 24/7 network. 3 easy steps. You don't even need a pen and paper to write it down. Step number 1, download the app. Search Action News Jacks in your app store either on your phone or your smart TV. Then, once you're on the app, click on that little drop-down menu in the upper left-hand corner with the 3 little lines. That'll show you these options, and boom, right here, click Action Sports Jacks 24/7, and you will be brought to our continuous stream channel. That app can be accessed through all these different platforms. Whether you have Roku, Fire TV, Smart TV, Apple TV, or Google TV, you can find our app. Now, if you don't have access to the app, don't worry, we still got you covered. We're across all social media platforms from Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, Twitch. We have a podcast channel. Plus, check out our short reels on our TikTok. Action Sports Jacks 24/7. It's on all the time and everywhere.
Summertime means sizzling sales at Nimnick Buick GMC. The #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville has lots of inventory to choose from with their best price guarantee. Nimnick never charges above MSRP. You can save up to $10,000 off select new GMC Sierras or get rates as low as 1.9%.
You know, I'm a truck guy. GMC Sierra, my trim level is an SLT. This one's an Elevation. Pretty good looking color as well. So here at Nimnick Buick GMC, you have a lot to pick from. My father-in-law, he drives this, an Enclave, so I feel like that GMC in the family. 2025 is coming around the corner, which means it's almost time to close out those 2024s this summer.
You can schedule a test drive at NimnickBuickGMC.com, and while you're there, check your trade value and customize your payment options. Nimnick is there for you, even on Sundays. Visit the showroom on Phillips Highway or shop online at NimnickBuickGMC.com. Nimnick, your friends in the car business since 1941. GMC.